Hey everybody, welcome back to Paranormal Vantage Point with Bud and Brooke. We are actually live on YouTube. Hopefully it works. Our guest tonight was not able to make it because she was totally overworked and emailed me and said she was sorry, but I get it. You know, we all have busy schedules, guys, so no big deal. We're going to get her rescheduled and but Brooke, we're just going to have a fun night tonight. So
Cheers.
Me and Brooke said, let's have a fun night. We got a couple of beers, and so hey, tonight we're going to talk about true crime, and let's get out of the ghost hunting stuff. Let's get out of the paranormal stuff. Tonight we're going to talk about true crime, serial killers.
I mean, technically, it still ties into true crime.
It kind of does.
I mean,
it depends. It depends.
To it like Foxhole Farm. That's
Herb.
It's a.
By the way, we're going to do a future podcast.
And Annette's going to get on that.
Yes, we're going to do a future podcast about Herb.
Yeah.
And then I want to bring Judy on. Yeah. Or whoever. Or
she's been there. She's there.
Or somebody that wants to talk about the ghost hunting part of it.
Ew.
What?
Don't.
Oh, come on. Leave me alone.
Skeptic.
Whatever.
Anyway.
Leave me alone.
No, but look. Okay. Whatever. Anyway. But yeah, no, I mean, like, as far as like that goes, I mean, Judy's been there. I mean, there's been paranormal investigations that have been tied into places that have been impacted by, homicides and, cults and stuff like that.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, it does tie into our podcast. So I feel like it is something that does.
I will agree.
It brings our viewers in, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure. So, saying that, what is something or someone that dove you deep into, whether it be psychological or the whole standpoint of true crime, like as far as like whether it's serial killer, cult leader? What's like one main person that was just like, wow, like they really
That's a damn good question.
Yeah.
Because being a Mooresville native, well, actually I'm in Brooklyn, but we're on the edge of Mooresville.
He's in the country. He's in the boonies.
It's not the country.
It is the boonies.
It's not the country.
Okay, honey, I am from the city. You are definitely in the country. Look, I'm from Naptown, so
So we're kind of like Donnie and Marie.
Oh God!
Did you ever hear that song?
Yeah.
A little bit country, a little bit rap.
Your age is showing.
Shut up.
Tell me your age without telling me your age. Anyway.
The year I was born, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer came out.
Are you serious?
Dead serious.
Oh, Lord. Okay, anyway.
Remember Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
The year I was born.
Yep.
That's when that came out.
I was born in 1990.
I was a sophomore in high school. I was a sophomore. Yeah, sophomore in high school. I was in high school.
Okay, anyway.
I started driving a car in 1990.
Seriously?
Yep. Sure did.
I was driving my mother's uterus. I was driving right through the canal.
Yeah, I was driving a car when he was born, so yeah. Okay.
Anyway.
Okay, so so now we know I'm old. Okay, we get it.
But answer my question.
What got me into true crime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Who got you into true crime?
Being a Mooresville native. And I've been around this area my whole life. John Dillinger. Okay, I will explain that here in a minute. Because that is true. It is Dillinger. It is not Dillinger. And but no, like but the thing about it is, here's what's weird. Being around this area and I know, and I know his closest blood relative, which is
you were telling me that,
which is his nephew, and but you know, when you're around this area, you hear about it, and you're like, yeah, okay, whatever. But at the same time, it's really cool because, you know, John, when you learn about John, he was not a bad person. He was not a bad guy. You know, he was, I want to stick it to the man. You know, he was like Robin Hood. Do what?
No, go on.
No, I mean, he was like, you know, like, I'm just going to stick it to the man. You know, I don't like, and he got a bad rap. Well,
he was definitely my type. I go after red flags. That's why I stay single. bad
and,
boy, doing his own thing, you know.
And even like he'd go into banks, and when he would rob a bank, he would actually like rip up, you know, like people's mortgages and stuff like that.
Really?
Yeah, and even like there was a bank like he would rob, and he would say, you know, it's like, I'm not here to hurt nobody. I'm just here for the money. And there's still a conspiracy theory, which I don't get in conspiracy theories, but his grave is Crown Hill Cemetery, and supposedly he's not there.
Really?
Um,
He's not there.
no.
So that gravesite that I always, hey Johnny,
Nope.
not there.
Do you want to hear about it? The guy that got gunned down was not him.
Well, I know that Homer guy that was with whose right hand man was he? It was Al Capone's right hand man, I think. Homer. Or was it John Dillinger's right hand man? I can't remember, but he got gunned down in an alley out in Fort Wayne after robbing a bank.
I'm not sure about that. Okay, so supposedly they've been digging into, like what I was telling you about. I know his closest blood relative, Mike, and Mike's son Travis is actually is actually in law enforcement. So he wanted to dig into some FBI files to know about his uncle. And so they started digging in.
I gotta meet this guy.
Great guy. Really
Can
good.
we get him on the podcast? Can we make it happen?
He was actually, they've been on podcast.
Well, he's got to be on ours, though.
Yeah. Okay, can I tell you something? I had an 84 Firebird. He painted my car.
Tell me your age without telling me your
I had an 84 Firebird. John Dillinger's nephew painted my car in this building right over there.
Shut up.
No, I'm not. No, dead serious. He painted my car.
Dude, that's the coolest fucking story I've ever heard. Can you tell
it
again?
He painted my car.
Can you tell it again?
In this building right over there.
Who did it?
John Diller's nephew.
So cool.
Yep.
So cool.
Yep, sure did. No lie. No bullshit. No bullshit whatsoever. So, okay. John there was a cop in East Chicago. And he actually was friends with John. And would tell John, say, hey, you know, need to lay low here. And he'd kind of give John some little tips here and there. Okay. Do you remember the story about when John John got gunned down, he was with the lady in red.
It was me.
And her name. And her name was Anna Sage. Okay. Well, the cop, that was his girlfriend.
It was the cop's girlfriend?
Yep.
Shut up, dude.
Okay, so
Johnny was a pimp.
So, hang on.
No.
But hang on. So, supposedly John gets gunned down by the FBI in Chicago. Well, they had his funeral here in Mooresville. And, okay, when you go in Mooresville, you go up Indiana Street where Family Video is. Right there was the funeral. Okay, my great uncle, which you heard my dad talk about him,
yeah,
worked with a bunch of old timers in Mooresville that went to the funeral and said that wasn't John. If you look at the guy in the casket, look at the guy in the casket, then you look at John's mugshots, look at pictures of John, look at the guy in the casket, it's not him. So the podcast I just told you about that Mike was on, Mike was working with a retired...
So you think he got away?
Yes. Hold on, I'm going to keep going.
Johnny, if you're still out there.
No, hang on. Okay, so...
He be long dead now.
Okay, so... a former FBI agent...
This is getting deep, dude.
Hang on.
This is getting so deep.
A former FBI agent that's actually working with Mike, that went on the podcast with him, that actually... Okay, back in the 50s, the Indianapolis Star, Mike's mom, which was John's sister, both of them got a letter in the 50s with a picture of an older man and a letter from California and said, "You didn't get me."
Ah, you're lying.
Nope.
Proof.
That said, "You did not get me."
Proof. Let me see it.
Hang on. So, there's been rumors a long time ago that John did get away. That guy, that they actually gave him $5,000 to be like a...
$5,000 back in the day was...
But they
like
gave him
$1 million.
But they gave him $5,000 to be John's lookalike. But did not know that he was going to be gunned down.
For real?
I don't have facts. I'm just saying. We have.
See, that's why,
Hang on. But hang on. So. But they say John did end up going to California.
Yeah.
And he got away from that FBI shooting. And they say that he's not in that grave. So they had at Mooresville Library, this wasn't too long ago, the guy that did the podcast, Mike was there, his son Travis, and which I know them both. I've known Travis since he was a little bitty dude, and Mike has known me since I was a kid, and him and my dad are very good friends. And so my buddy Tom, that I work with, is one huge John Dillinger fanatic. Right there's a beer from Black Dog Brewery that they...
This one?
Check that out. Public Enemy #1. That's right.
Look at that. Look at that.
So...
That's Johnny?
Yes, John. And,
he's pretty handsome. I don't know why.
He was a slick dude.
Again, I go after Red Bud. Look.
And, so supposedly...
I lock myself away.
So... do I believe John got away? I sure do. I don't believe John is buried in that cemetery whatsoever.
I mean, after what you're telling me, I don't think he did either.
Because there is proof. Okay, so that letter that I just told you about, and John's picture, or the picture of that man that sent that letter. They did an analysis of John's handwriting, and they did proof of actually what John looked like and that handwriting, and it matched. So let me ask you, do you think John was gunned down, or do you think he got away?
Hold on, I'm looking at the picture. Well, that looks like John, dude.
What picture are you looking at? No. Okay. Let me tell you this.
That looks like John.
It ain't
dude.
him.
He's got the
autopsy. Hang on. The autopsy. Different eye color. That guy's ears.
Well, all right. Well, if you say that, then
that guy's ears go way back. John's ears come out.
They flat. He had no double ears.
Yes.
He was still handsome.
Yeah.
He was most handsome.
By the way, do you know when they did the movie Public Enemies with Johnny Depp?
Yeah.
The guy I just told you about, Mike. When John's sister died, Johnny Depp actually sent flowers to her funeral, and Johnny actually came to Mooresville.
Really?
Sure did, because he wanted to learn. When he did that movie, he wanted to learn everything about John.
That's really cool.
So Mike's mom, Frances, which was John's sister, told Johnny Depp that was the best. That was one of the best, performances that anybody could portray John.
Aww.
And he said, Johnny Depp said, that was the best compliment.
He seemed like he still would have been like a gentleman,
and he was. And there was an older. Mike was actually, believe it or not, Mike was actually somewhere, and a lady approached him and said, "Do you have a minute? My grandma's here. My grandma wants to talk to you."
Mm-hmm.
And Mike went, "Yeah, sure, And so she was an old lady, and she said, "I need to tell you a story." And she goes, "I was working at a bank. I was a teller." And she said, John and his gang came in to rob it. And she goes, and I was scared to death. She said, because I never had that happen to me in my life. She said, but John looked at me and went, "Ma'am, we're not going to hurt nobody. I'm just here to rob the place." He said, "But I'm sorry." He said, "But don't be scared. We'll be out of here in a minute."
Oh my God.
But John was Johnny, and the thing about it is, being here in Mooresville and knowing his family, Johnny was just a very polite man.
You know what's crazy is because, I asked you, who inspired you to get into true crime? I've always, in high school, as far as history goes.
Yeah.
Whenever we had quizzes and stuff like that and, exams when it came to, the old, mobsters and stuff like that, ace that shit. I was killing it. I mean, even, Gettysburg and, all that stuff, I was really into that stuff in the Civil War
Bonnie
and everything. But Bonnie and Clyde was mine.
Holy crap.
Bonnie and Clyde was mine.
They were...
And here's the thing. As much as I'm a hard ass and, I'm screw being in a relationship or whatever.
Yeah, I get it.
It's not that I'm against being in a relationship. It's just...
We're in the same boat. We're in the same boat. I mean... But they had it.
I have my dates, and
they have it interesting.
I'm doing my own thing and whatever, and I like having myself, and I like being there for V.
Yeah.
I like being there for V.
Bonnie and Clyde.
But
Bonnie and Clyde has an interesting story.
It really is, but they're the love that they had for each other and how connected they were. They went out together. They rode together. They went out together. I feel like that is the most romantic story ever. But the fact that they were so young and they everybody's like, oh, they deserve to die and blah blah
No.
blah. I'm like, dude, they were kids. They were young.
They weren't that old.
They were like in their early.
And she
20s.
couldn't even walk right because of a what was?
She got a gunshot wound to one of her legs.
No, but wasn't. No, it was a fire, wasn't it? She was.
It? I thought she got shot in the leg or something.
Man, I wish Tom was here. I thought she was in a fire or something. I could be wrong. I don't know. Like, I know more about Dillinger than I do about Bonnie and Clyde. So,
you know what's funny? It's on. Oh, third-degree burns. Yeah, you're right.
that's okay.
As a result of third-degree burns, Bonnie, like Clyde, walked with a pronounced limp.
She did. Correct.
For the rest of her life.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Yep, third-degree burns. You're right.
Okay.
All right, touche.
That's what I thought.
But I think Bonnie was a little bit more privileged in her life than Clyde was, though. But then she met Clyde.
Well, Clyde, before he, like, he was in and out of jail a lot. Before he met Bonnie.
She was like me, chasing after them red flags. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is like, they were both little, too. They were both short.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah.
Like, I think they were like 5'2" and 5'5".
Yeah, she was a little bitty person.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But yeah, Clyde was it Barrow or Burrow? His last name. It was like Burrow or Barrow.
I thought they just said they were married and it was...
No, she was married to somebody else when she was with him. Am I right?
No.
No, I could have sworn she was married to somebody else when she was with him. Legally.
Oh, Barrow. Yeah. Barrow.
But wasn't she, like, legally married to somebody else when she was with him? I could be wrong. Like I said, I have not done a ton of research on them, so...
Okay. Bonnie Parker and Clyde Barrow were a notorious couple.
Okay.
Who became infamous during the Great Depression.
Yes.
My grandparents lived through that shit, by the way.
My great-grandparents lived through it.
Yeah, my papa had a hard time through that
stuff.
Yeah. And my papa was in the Korean War. May he rest in peace.
Right.
But, either way. For their bank robberies, murders, and crime sprees. Says, Bonnie and Clyde met in Texas in 1930. When Bonnie was 19, Clyde was 21.
That's correct, yeah.
Bonnie was married to an imprisoned murderer.
Okay, that's
and Clyde was a... Bonnie is my spirit animal. I'm telling you.
Oh my God!
If it ain't a bad boy and it doesn't have red flags and it's not gonna make me crazy and put me in an asylum, I don't want it. I like crazy in my life. I do.
Here's the thing. You love it and somehow is magnetized to it. Accidentally.
I am too.
Accidentally, though. I don't.
I like it for a minute.
I don't.
I think it's hot.
It makes me want to jump off a damn cliff.
It doesn't like give you that spontaneous.
No.
Oh. Okay.
No. It makes me hate life.
Oh, God.
It makes me hate women.
It makes me feel like I'm living life.
It makes me like I understand Al Bundy when he got the yes, ma'am. The no ma'am club.
Stop.
Was that what it's called when Al Bundy did the no ma'am?
No ma'am. No ma'am.
I understood. Okay, let me put it this way. I got it. I connected.
They went from Texas to Oklahoma to New Mexico and Missouri. Yeah, dude, they were busy.
Yeah.
Busy. But like my thing is like I watched Highwaymen. It's on Netflix. And I don't know if you've seen it, but oh my god, who's that?
There's a movie.
It's Highwaymen, and it's on the police, the two police officers, the detectives
that gunned them down.
That gunned them down. Yeah.
Do you know how many bullets went into both of them?
So many.
It was like
so many,
like 100.
And they drove that car through the town. Seeing that scene in that movie, I started bawling my eyes out.
Really?
And absolutely. They're kids.
Yeah. Actually, yeah.
Like, I understand, like, okay, they murdered, they did this and that or whatever. But
my
like,
two oldest stepkids.
They're still kids at the end of the day. And it's still sad. Like, she clearly was troubled. She was 19 and already married.
Yeah.
Clearly,
Yeah, but they did that back.
Not
yeah, but that was getting married young was normal.
I still haven't ever gotten married. You've gotten almost married twice.
No, I've got married twice. Not almost married twice. I got married twice.
Okay.
Divorced twice. And now I'm a happily 50-year-old single bachelor.
I am 34 and
bada bing, bada boom.
But you know what? I could have gotten married. No.
It sucks.
It
sucks. I'll never do it again. I will never, ever, ever do it again. I'm actually, but I'm happy now. But
I don't know. Now, if someone wants to put a fucking big ass rock on my finger.
So you'll do some Anna Nicole Smith shit?
Yeah, no, hey.
So if it's like a 90...
I love her.
She's a 90-year-old oil tycoon?
No,
That's what I'm going at.
I say I'd marry anybody. I said, if someone puts a rock on my finger, I'd be okay with that. But anyway, back to true crime.
Instead of you being Anna Nicole Smith.
Number one, I'm a brunette.
I have no clue what the hell she was, because who knows what her hair color was.
She was blonde. She was blonde. Yeah, she was blonde.
Maybe.
Marilyn was a brunette.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, she was.
Yep.
She also hoed around with a lot of presidents. But
Sure
I
did.
love her. Love her. Have her hanging up all over my room. Love her.
She had a horrible life, though.
She really did.
She did. I mean,
her mom
she had a bad life.
wacko.
Yeah,
and
she had a bad life.
She dealt with a lot of mental issues and stuff like that.
Right.
I'd really like to get oh my god, I can't remember his name. Anyway.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Okay, so now we got... I swear to God now, my buddy Tom would probably be pissed off right now because he's like, oh my god, now you're talking about Bonnie and Clyde and Dillinger. Because he is like so big into that. And he watches our podcast. So he'd be like, okay, you talked about that shit without me. Okay, so let's talk about serial killers. What serial killer
is my favorite, but not my favorite because serial killers are not good people.
But you can't say favorite. We can't call them good people. But what serial killer out there would you say was the most interesting?
Oh, that's a tough one. Most interesting?
Or like
that I'd want to dig
or just
more.
Stick out, or just
you
want to do more. Or would you do more research on it?
Well, I always got into true crime because of the whole psychological standpoint of it.
Yeah.
As far as like criminals, like Bonnie and Clyde, I mean, that got me into the whole criminal background, and then I started digging more into true crime and everything. So
but
like John Dillinger,
here's the thing
Al Capone,
But here's the thing, though. But here's the thing. There's a difference between, I think, my opinion, there's a difference between what, like, back then, the Depression era gangsters.
Well, no, that's what I was going to say.
There's
like
nothing psychological about that.
No, there's nothing. Well,
there's a reason why they did.
Not necessarily, because Bonnie and Clyde really didn't have good backgrounds with their family. They really didn't. So they were just like.
But they didn't have a serial killer psychological
No, they
mindset.
didn't. But as time goes on,
but there's a difference between
people evolve and people get crazy.
There's a difference between gangsters, why gangsters do what they do, like John Gotti, Al Capone.
Right, and that's what I was saying. You know, you get into John Dillinger.
Yeah.
You get into Bonnie and Clyde. Then you have Al Capone. You have Gotti. Yeah, and then you start getting into the mobsters and everything. Then you start digging into when our parents were kids.
Right.
And they had the craziest serial killers. They had they had Son of Sam. They had Ed Gein. They had Ted Bundy. They had, you know what I mean?
Bundy was kind of close to Meyer, though.
Oh yeah, you're old.
Shut up.
You guys all had the cool serial killers, man.
Yeah, we had the cool ones.
Yeah, the cool ones.
But yeah, you had, back in the day, you had Son of Sam, which I don't think Berkowitz.
I think he was involved in it.
I think he was in a fraction of it.
I think that there was definitely at least
I think Berkowitz was in a fraction.
I think that there was at least 3 people.
There was more. There was a lot more than Berkowitz.
For sure. I think it was more like it was like a movement getting started, like a cult. Like I feel like it was kind of like a movement getting started as you dig deeper into that and everything. Yes. But I got really into cults. You know, like Charles Manson and
Did you know Manson lived in Indianapolis?
Yeah. He
did. Okay. Plainfield.
But no, wait.
Hold on. But Plainfield is just right over here. Manson was locked up in Plainfield for a while as a youth.
What?
He
was locked up over there. I know he was locked up as a youth, but
over there in Plainfield. Plainfield is like just right there.
I didn't know it was in Plainfield.
The youth detention center. Manson was locked up there. Okay, so there was like a pastor that would go visit Manson. Manson was a manipulating asshole, and that's what he was good for. Okay.
And what's crazy is he got charged for all of that. But he didn't lift a finger and kill.
That's why he didn't get the death penalty. I know, but that's why he didn't get the death penalty. So he was
brilliant. I mean, honestly, like, and I'm not
really brilliant, but
I'm
he was
not saying that they're like good people, brilliant, but like cult leaders. They're brilliant. But they know how to manipulate. They know how to twist shit.
So he manipulated this pastor saying, yeah, I want to be a good boy now. I want to change. Mm-hmm. Manson was on the front of the Indianapolis Star.
Stop it.
Look it up. He was on the front of the Indianapolis Star saying, this boy. And he gets sent to this like religious like Christian compound or whatever you want to call it. And after about a few weeks, he escapes and goes back to doing what he wanted to do. Yep. He was on an Indianapolis Star newspaper.
He sure was.
Am I right or am I wrong?
He sure was. There he is.
Uh-huh. Told you.
He's on there.
Okay, shorter listeners.
Let me see it.
I'll
be damned. Oh my god, he was such a cute little boy.
And did you know, like, his mom traded him for a pitcher of beer?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do know that.
But yeah, he lived. Uh-huh. Told you.
I don't know if anybody can see that.
Yep.
My fat ass can get up. Can they see it?
Yeah, there you go. Right there. Yep.
I'll be damned. But yeah, I don't know. I think, and even like Jim Jones, like
From,
I just
from
want,
Indiana.
yeah, yeah.
From Indiana.
Actually, one of the first churches he started was off of, I think it was my mama was talking to me about it one
Really?
day. Yeah, it was off of Shelby Street over, like close to I'm pretty sure it was like close to Dinner Bell. You remember where Dinner Bell is?
Wasn't that over by the
By the hen house.
But wasn't it by Central State?
No, not that. No, that wasn't his first church. I just went there with Shane not too long ago, by the way. Central
Okay.
State.
It's like apartments now, right?
They still have the old medical museum, and
Isn't that underground though?
huh?
Isn't that underground? I thought it was. What am I thinking of?
They have tunnels that were underground, but I don't know
But
if they're
there's a
still.
museum underground though, isn't there?
No, no.
Somebody told me that.
There was tunnels underground with Central State,
Yeah,
but
but
they're.
I thought there was a museum down
Mm-mm,
there. Okay, somebody told me that though.
mm-mm.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay, so back to the serial killer thing. There's one person. I actually started watching a documentary about him. And that was the Night Stalker.
I could dig deep into him.
That dude.
Because that also goes into the Cecil Hotel. Like
Right.
he stayed there at the Cecil Hotel.
Yes.
And there was actually a few other serial killers that actually lived there, and there was other murders that
Really?
happened
Who?
there. I can't remember the names off the top of my head. I'd have to like write them
Okay,
down.
what's your answer? I don't know either.
But I'm just saying, like, so much shit that's happened with the Cecil Hotel. And then tying into Richard Ramirez, you know, him being, he was like he stayed there at the Cecil Hotel.
Correct.
And then he started hearing and experiencing a whole bunch of shit, and then he started going out and doing all of that.
Yes. Correct.
So, to me, again, serial killers, all that true crime ties into paranormal.
Some of it, yeah.
To an extent.
To an extent.
To an extent.
I will
At least agree with me. Agree with me on that.
To an extent. Kind of, sort of.
I mean, whatever. At least you're agreeing with me a little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Because I don't much.
Whatever.
Okay, so we brought up Herb in Fox Hollow Farm.
Yeah.
I have a lot of theories about her and the murders. I don't think Herb. I'm to a point.
He didn't do it alone.
I'm to a point that I think Herb's almost innocent.
No.
Okay, let me.
No.
Let me.
No.
But there's no proof so far. There's no proof he did anything.
There was eyewitnesses seeing him in bars picking up these men.
But it doesn't mean he did the murders.
Okay. So, say me and you we were serial killers. We're not. But say we were, and okay, you wanted to just kill men or whatever. So I'd go into the bar, I'd pick up, guys that you would want, that would be your type to want to kill or whatever. And I would bring them back. I would drug them. I would seduce them, whatever, in any type of way to get them manipulated. And then you'd come in and kill them. So you're saying that I'm not, because I didn't kill them.
If there's a man or woman right now doing this shit, me and you's gonna be questioned by the FBI by 2 weeks.
I'm just saying, though. But you get what I'm saying? Like, you can't say that he's not guilty or he's not a part of anything because he was doing shit.
Okay, now let's talk about how he died.
And I think he probably wanted to talk is why he ended up getting shot.
He didn't commit suicide.
No, because the way he got shot and the gun was on the other side. Or
they never found a gun.
Or, yeah, they didn't find a gun. I thought it was like outside of the car or something.
They never found it.
Never found it.
There was a suicide note, but no gun.
Yep.
So how does somebody commit suicide?
And there's no gun.
There's no gun. Somebody offed him.
Mm-hmm.
So
because he wanted to talk. He wanted to spill. He wanted to spill the beans.
I actually thought
he probably wanted to get less time for what he was doing. That's probably what he was going to try to do. And he probably talked to his accomplice. I guarantee you, dude. I guarantee
my opinion is, okay, if you look up Herb's stats, weight, height, he was a small guy. He was not big.
Which is why you need a bigger guy. But, well, and also drugs. Drugs could be very heavily involved. Look at Jeffrey Dahmer. He wasn't a big guy. He was fit.
Okay, so
but he was skinny.
When I talked about us,
he was not a big guy.
When I talked about us doing the podcast, I got a friend, a very close that I've known for a long time, that said she wanted to come on the podcast. That's met Herb and went to his dinner parties.
Stop it.
Nope. Dead serious.
A friend of yours.
A friend of mine that went to his dinner parties.
Prove it.
And met him. Said she will come on the podcast and talk about how she met him.
Okay, bud.
Because it is proof that he did go to gay bars. Okay? Herb did go to gay bars. Whatever. I mean, whatever floats your boat. I don't give a shit.
I go to gay bars. I'm not gay.
But it doesn't matter. Okay, that's fine. That's not the point.
I might be that night. No, I'm just kidding.
I just can't. I quit. I'm done. I'm out of here. I quit.
No,
I'm out of here. I quit. Okay. But me and her was talking one day. Okay, was going to go to a concert. And we met for dinner. And we're sitting there talking. And the paranormal stuff got brought up on how I did this, how, blah, blah, blah. And she goes, and I don't know how this conversation got started. I really don't. And she goes, I knew her. And I'm going, huh? Like,
girl, you lying.
And she said, no. She said, I actually met him. And she goes, if I'm thinking correctly again, because this is why I want her on the podcast, so she can...
Right.
So she can tell the facts and not... And I'm just hearsay. And said, she went there with, I think, a coworker or whatever. And that's how she met Herb. Well, she went to his dinner parties at Fox Hollow Farms. And then I go, what was he like? Like, what? Like, you tell me.
He's a weirdo!
But her profession, she's into, like, what she does for a living, kind of like, and I don't want to say it, because I don't want to,
Okay.
But she's in the psychological field. Let me just put it that way. And she said he was kind of an odd guy, like how he had his house set up, like the mannequins. It was like mannequins and stuff like that.
He was definitely a part. He was a serial killer, dude.
But here's the thing, though. I mean,
they're still finding bones.
Does that make him? But does that make him guilty of murder, even though there was no proof?
Absolutely.
How?
Absolutely. He was drawing people into there.
But there's still no evidence he did anything, though.
There is bodies and bones still being dug up on that land.
But there's no proof it was him. That's my point.
But
there's no proof it was him. None. There's no evidence whatsoever. Or, my opinion.
The guys that were going missing, he was picking up from the bar.
But it doesn't mean he's the one that killed him.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Stop it.
But could have been somebody else.
I think that someone was helping him with it. Yes. But I think that it was.
But my point is, but was it okay? I'm not saying he wasn't involved. Hang on. Let me finish. I'm not saying he wasn't involved, but I'm saying there's no proof he did the murders. None. There's no proof. No evidence. So the media, so my point is, this is why I can't stand the media. Because they already blasted him saying he did it. But my point is, and this is why I'm a skeptic in the ghost hunting bullshit, and you know me.
Watch it.
Hang on. But my point is, if you cannot present me something, any kind of proof, evidence to a claim, then you got nothing to back it. You got nothing. You got nothing. That's my point. See what I'm saying?
I'm trying to find something to. I can't. We need to get into Foxhole Farm. We need to get Annette on here for that. I feel like that needs to be a whole nother discussion.
I agree.
I agree.
And she'll do it. I haven't talked to her in a while, even. So
I love her.
She's amazing. I miss her too.
She is.
I really do.
It's her tits.
She's.
She's the tits.
Oh my god, I can't with you.
She is. I love her.
She's amazing. I haven't talked to her in a while. Like we keep in touch on Facebook, but I haven't talked to her in a while. So, but yeah, I would love to.
This has been fun, coming out and seeing.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's look
at us, guys.
What I loved about this episode right here is the fact,
Is this gonna hold off? Is this gonna start being a thing?
It could.
Could be.
But our guest wants to reschedule, which is fine. So we turned it into, let's talk about true crime. Let's talk about serial killers. Let's make this fun. We're having a couple of beers. And tonight we made it fun. Tonight we made it a fun podcast. And so you can't guess what? It's Bud and Brookie having fun. So that's my point. So
it's been fun.
Yeah.
For sure.
So everything does not have to be negative. You can always take negatives into positives. So we'll get Nina rescheduled. No big deal. It's no problem.
We had fun tonight. We had some good stuff. I could talk about true crime all day long.
That's what I'm saying. I love true crime. I really do. Yeah. I listened. Okay, when I'm at work, and I kind of have.
I listen to Crime Junkie. I'm a crime.
Really?
Junkie. I'm a crime junkie girl. Through and through, for sure.
There's a podcast you need to listen to. Two girls. I can't remember their names. Caitlin.
No.
Oh my god. Shut up.
Censored.
You made me want to jump out of a window. Ah!
It's the first time I've heard that.
Oh my god. Okay, it's called PNW Haunts and Homicides. Their podcast is freaking awesome. Because they talk about paranormal and true crime.
So does Crime Junkie.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, Crime Junkie, man, they get so good too.
And
then I also listened to Bailey Sarian. Well, so I first started.
I quit.
She's quit.
She still does it?
Oh yeah. Her little sexy ass on there.
I know. She's a little oddie. She's a little oddie.
If I could look like anybody in the world, she'd be it.
I've never seen anybody, and I can't remember who the hell.
I just like the way. I love the way she talks, and She's just.
But how do you do a video? So she's the one that does.
She does murder mystery makeup
But
Mondays.
she does it like she does like
She
putting
does
on
her
makeup.
makeup, and she does. She talks about true crime that's heavy on her noggin.
Right. So
I love her.
yeah,
I love her. But yeah, I mean,
why don't I try to get her on the podcast?
I wish. Yeah.
Reach out to her. It's your job right now.
Yeah. I'll try.
Yeah,
She's
it's her job.
She's pretty famous.
I know, but reach out.
I'll try.
So, but yeah,
Hey, Billy, I'm a huge fan. I've been watching you forever. Please come on my podcast.
Right. So
it'll work out.
Yeah. Right? But no, it's just we got a chance to talk about something that we never really talked about before. That's my point. So, because most of the podcast has been about
ghosts and
ghosts
and.
Did I tell you became a member of MUFON?
What?
I became a member of MUFON. UFO Network?
Of course you did.
I did.
But did I tell you how cool you are today? Because that just got you 10 more cool points.
I wanted to make my love for X-Files become reality. I wanted to make my love for X-Files become reality.
Oh my god. X-Files is I fucking love that shit.
I kind of feel like sometimes we are Scully and Mulder,
Shut the You're so stupid. I can't.
I know.
Oh my god.
Isn't that what makes this podcast awesome, though?
It really is.
Really. Because we don't got to take shit serious anymore.
Never.
But when we do have guests on, we got to be kind of serious.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's what
just for fun tonight.
Exactly, is what I'm saying.
We'll have beer nights on here.
That's my point. That's why we did what we did tonight. Let's have fun. We made it fun. Who cares?
And now I gotta pee.
Thanks for telling us.
But before we leave, you guys have to check out our merch store. I actually just took a look at it tonight. Bud has done a tremendous amount of work on it.
Yes, I did.
You did a great job.
Thank you.
Good job. Oh, were we doing a turkey? Like, gobble gobble.
But yes, I'll leave a link down below. Check out the merch store. We got some awesome stuff on there. We really do.
You guys have been awesome. Thanks for watching us tonight.
We had fun.
We did.
We had fun.
We did.
We haven't. When's the last time me and you've actually seen each other face to face?
I know. You guys should have seen us running up to each other, giving each other a hug. We
looked like fangirls.
Yeah, we looked like some fangirls. Oh, you're not even going to take a drink?
Sorry.
Really?
All right. Okay. Cheers. All right. We're going to get off here tonight, guys. Thank you for watching. We had fun tonight. Tonight was just a fun podcast. And, but no, we're going to get Nina rescheduled. Tony Fraser said she wanted to come back on. So.
I really need to talk to her.
She
says she wants to
Oh my God.
Too.
She's awesome.
Me and her have a lot to talk.
When she talked about, oh my God. Even.
Oh my God.
Even, hold on. Okay, so let me keep going. Let's keep going for a minute. Having Tony on the podcast, and she watches our podcast, and she says she loves how me and you have that dynamic. of skeptic, believer.
Fight like brother and sister.
Yeah, she loves that.
Literally.
But she come really close of putting me in my place.
I love her already.
Because you've been trying to do this for years, and you just can't do it.
Because
she said I'm not a skeptic, I'm a researcher.
I just block you out. I just agree to disagree with you and just block you out. I'm like, well, Bud's not gonna listen to me, so here we go.
Oh no, you didn't. No, I'm kidding. But
loser, double loser.
Yeah.
Get the picture up.
No, but I mean, she said, she was like going, I don't think you're a skeptic. And I'm going,
oh no, you don't.
Okay, hang on. You didn't go there, did you? And then she started going in about, she goes, I think you're a researcher. She said, because you wouldn't have done what you did for all those years. And we were talking about all the cases I've done with taps, the paranormal clergy, the demonic stuff, demonic. Again, skeptic. So she says, you're a researcher. She goes, or you would have never done everything for all those years. And I'm like, whoa, yeah. Holy shit, you got me. So that whole podcast, interviewing her was amazing. It really was. And she's just an amazing, and it felt kind of spiritual. It honestly did with, okay, you know me, how I'm a hiker, and how it's spiritual for me, like with mental health, and fighting mental health, and stopping the stigma. And me and her talked about that. And how, you got to find things to ground yourself to, find that inner peace.
Right.
But talking to her was like, my God,
she is the inner peace.
Yeah, she was like, and she really got me right there. I mean, it felt at the end of that interview, I was like, oh my God, talking to her was awesome.
Well,
so more people. So I was like telling everybody, check out our links, check out our YouTube, look at her books, because she's got 2 books out, and hit her up. I mean, oh my God. I mean, she's one amazing person, and she wants to come back on the podcast.
She sounds like a sweetie pie.
She's a sweetheart.
Sweetie pie.
Yeah, sweetie pie.
She's sweetie pie.
That's what we call them down here in Indiana.
She's sweetie pie.
That's what we call them down here in Indiana. We call them sweetie pies.
Look, down here in Indy,
That's right, down here. Yeah. Down here in Indiana.
Honey, you in the sticks. I'm in the city.
We are not in the sticks.
You know
We're in
what?
a small town.
You know what's crazy though?
We're in a small town. We're in a small town. Small town.
Sticks.
Like when John Mellencamp wrote that song.
Sucking on chili dogs. Sucking on chili dogs. Sucking on chili dogs. Sucking on chili dogs.
That's
how it goes. The whole song. Just sucking on chili dogs. Who sucks on chili dogs?
John Mellencamp. John Mellencamp.
Stop. Oh my God. I'm going to pee my pants. I can't. Stop it.
And he's from Indiana too.
And he's sucking on chili dogs. What kind of rep does that give us?
And he's... Okay. But anywho, alright, let's wrap up. Let's complete stuff. We're having too much fun. Alright, guys. We love you guys. Thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell, because we got more...
Ding, ding, ding.
We got more content coming. We love you all. Thanks for watching.